Welcome to the channel and welcome to our 10th Kill Team Battle Report. We've got a classic lore matchup for you today as my Black Templar Crusaders feature in their inaugural game against Ork Kommandos as we venture, for the first time in a battle report, into the dark. Let's take a look at the kill teams, starting with the Black Templars. I've created a Black Templar Crusader squad with a martial focus in mind using the Intercession squad kill team rules. So for chapter tactics, I've taken Jeweler so they can parry additional hits in close combat, and Durable so that critical hits inflict one less damage on them. The Sword Brother fills the role of Assault Intercessor Sergeant and has been equipped with a power weapon, tilting shield and a hand flamer to take advantage of the close confines of the Space Hulk we're fighting in. Next we have an Assault Intercessor Grenadier, all the goodness of a regular Assault Intercessor but with a spice of frag and crack grenades. The third operative is an Assault Intercessor equipped with a tilting shield for a little extra survivability in close combat so that he can hopefully stick around a bit longer and eviscerate his foes. Operative number 4 is also an Assault Intercessor and the 4th melee focused Marine which forms the core of this kill team. Now we move on to our fire support element with an Intercessor equipped with an auto bolt rifle with Reclusian blessed bolts, turning his weapon into a mini heavy bolter which will work very nicely with his bolter discipline ability. Finally, we have the excellent Intercessor Gunner equipped with an auto bolt rifle and auxiliary grenade launcher. Auxiliary grenade launchers have proven to be fantastic in our games of Into the Dark and I'm very fond of them. For tactical ops, I went for the security deck and ended up selecting Protect Assets, Central Control, and the faction tactical op Shock and Awe.
I've taken a pretty standard Ork Commando kill team, effectively choosing one of every specialist except the Bomb Squig, opting for a standard Ork Boy instead. The Knob has a Slugger and a Power Claw. His damage profile and brutal special rule are nice, but he's been equipped with these and this is the only model we have for him. There's definitely something to be said for having a big chopper as it hits on 2s. Most of the boys will be getting up close and personal like all good orcs should, but the Sniper Boy will be hanging back providing support, as will the Rocket Boy who, in the last few test games I've had with the Commandos, always performs well. The Dakka Boy will provide some medium range fire support and will help cover the Comms Boy, whose sole job is to give the lads extra action points and get stuff done. The Burner Boy will be moving forwards with the other orcs looking to get stuck in, as his burner should be extra useful in the close confines of the Gallo Dark. We have a Breacher Boy equipped with a stick bomb in addition to his Breacher Ram, a Slasher Boy with a Dynamite Surprise, and finally a regular Commando Boy with Slugger, Chopper and Harpoon to lead the charge. Rounding off the list we have a Commando Grot whose job is to sneak around and grab some objectives. For my tactical ops, I've chosen Behind Enemy Lines, Shock Tactics, and Get Stuck In. Those are the kill teams. Let's look at today's mission.
In today's game we're going to be playing Mission 2.2, Full Scale Attack from the Critical Operations Gallo Dark mission pack, which also dictates the layout of the terrain. The two players will deploy along opposite kill zone edges, with each drop zone having 2 objective markers on their boundaries. Being a Critical Operations mission, the mission objective is fairly simple. At the end of each turning point, players score victory points for each objective marker they control. The beta objectives in the middle of the board are worth 1 victory point each, whereas holding the objective markers bordering your opponent's deployment zone will earn you 2 victory points each. You do not score any victory points for holding the objectives by your drop zone, you can only try and deny your opponents the opportunity to control them. We rolled for deployment and then did what I suspect most people do and chose the drop zones we were already sitting next to. Jester had to deploy first, which gave me the advantage of seeing her distribution of orcs. I opted to place my fire support operatives along the right flank to help deal with the larger concentration of Xenos there, while still being within range to support the left flank if they need to. My general plan is to be as a wall, holding the middle of the board, letting the hordes of orcs hopefully bounce off my more durable marines and then advance where I see any weaknesses in their line. Going into the first turn I won't be buying any strategic ploys, but I will be revealing both Protect Assets and Central Control for my tactical ops.
My initial plan is to advance quickly and try to use the central passage as well as the rooms to quickly overwhelm the marines with weighted numbers. I've chosen Infiltrate for my scouting action so I can swap out an order for an opportunistic shot if need be. Going into the first turn, I'm not revealing any tac ops, but I'm spending command point on shh to move my operatives closer to the objectives at the start of the game.
Just a quick note from the editing room, by the time of recording we had already played a fair number of Into the Dark games. It's a really great add-on to Kill Team and currently my preferred way of playing. Having said that, as this is our first Into the Dark battle report, we were more preoccupied with the new challenges of filming around such closely packed terrain and dealing with the different exposure levels. So early on we simply forgot about some of the minor game changes such as blast and torrent weapons having lethal 5+. We remember them later on and in general, but are easy to forget when you're focused on your recording challenges. Anyway, on with the game. First activation of the game, we are going to begin with my Assault Grenadier, who's going to spend 3 action points to move up to the door, opening the hatch, move dashing into cover behind the barricades here.
My comms boy is going to use Listen In to give the sniper boy an extra AP. He's then going to use I Got the Plan Lads to open the door for free, and then he'll use his last act of the barricade.
For the second Black Templar activation, the Assault Intercessor is going to move through the door, open it for a second action point, and take cover behind these barricades.
My sniper boy has changed out his conceal order for an engage order using the infiltrate scouting action. And then he's going to move up so that he can see the Marine, and then he's going to take a shot at the Marine. So, 1 crit and a normal.
Okay, I'm spending 1 command point on Transhuman Physiology to upgrade that normal save into a critical. That means I only take the mortal wounds, so he goes down by 2 wounds.
And then with his final AP, he's going to move back to here with a dash action.
Third Black Templar activation, the warrior with the Reclusian Blessed Bolts is moving up against the door for his first action. Second action, he's going on guard.
My Breacher boy is going to move up to the barricade here.
This Black Templar Crusader here is going to thunder down the corridor on the left hand side, using a move dash to vault over the barricade, finishing just on the other side of it.
My Dacker boy is just going to move up to this corner right here.
The Sword Brother is going to spend his turn, move up against the hatch.
My Ork boy is just going to move up to the door here.
The last one to activate, the Black Templar Gunner, is going to move dash to this corner here. And he's going to fire his grenade launcher into the orcs in the room. Okay, that's a crit and a normal.
3 saves of 5 up. Ooh, no saves.
Yeah, that's 6 wounds to the sniper boy.
Okay.
Now the comms boy is caught in the blast, also hitting on 3s. Okay, that's 4 normal hits.
Again, no saves.
That's 8 wounds.
My Grot is going to use 1 AP to open the door, and then he's going to use his grapple hook to end up over here. Alright, my Rocket Boy, in preparation for blowing stuff up next turn, is going to move up to the door here. My Flamer Boy is going to do the same thing.
The Intercessor Gunner is now going to use Overwatch to fire his auto bolt rifle at the Orc Sniper Boy. Gunner Overwatch hitting on 4s. 2 normals and a crit.
Ouchie.
You block a crit.
Yep.
Take 2 normals for 8 wounds, taking out this sniper boy.
Slasher boy is going to move up to the wall. And the knob is going to do the same thing.
All your orc boys just on the other side of the hatchway are concealed, so I don't get to use my guard action. And that is the end of the first turning point. At the end of the first turning point, the Black Templars have all of their operatives remaining, but are just a little too far from being able to claim any of the main mission objectives. However, the Grenadier is close enough to score a victory point from central control. Unfortunately for the Orcs, they are down one operative, having lost their sniper boy, and are not yet in position to grab any objectives. Unfortunately, Jester has the initiative this turn, but I'm applying pressure onto the Orcs on multiple fronts, so regardless of what her opening play is, I should be in a position to do some damage and score some early victory points. I'm not spending any command points on strategic ploys this turn.
Losing the sniper boy so early was a real shame, but I've got the initiative and opportunity to lay down some fire from both my rocket and burner boys as I move forwards. To maximise this, I'm going to spend a command point on the strategic ploy Daka 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 as we head into the second turn. Start of turning point 2. First activation is going to be my rocket boy into the marine that's on the other side of the door. 5 attacks hitting on 4s. Okay, so because he has not moved, he can use Boom Boy. So I'm going to re-roll all my failed dice. So that gives me 3 normals. However, because of Daka Daka Daka, I retained a critical, so I can retain one of my fails as a hit.
Woof. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and that's AP1.
It's AP1, splash 1.
I'm setting aside a save from being in cover and rolling the other one. Okay, so I will block a normal. With my chapter tactics, I reduce the critical damage by 1. So that is 3 times 4 is 12, plus the mortal wound from the splash. He takes 13 wounds, meaning he has 1 wound remaining. The Assault Intercessor also takes a single wound from that splash damage.
After a successful shot, the rocket boy is going to move out of the way and back over to here.
First Black Templar activation of turn 2, the Assault Intercessor is going to charge down the corridor to engage the Daka boy. Striking my chainsword, 5 dice, hitting on 3s. Fortunately, no crits, 4 normal hits.
Okay, I'm using my fist, so 3 attacks hitting on 3s.
I'm going to parry your normal.
Okay. I will do 4 damage.
Okay, that takes me down to 10 wounds.
Does your critical negation click in?
It does.
So then it becomes 3 wounds.
So that takes me down to 11 wounds. I will then strike you for 12.
Okay, which incapacitates him.
And now with his remaining action, the Intercessor is going to fire his pistol at the Orc boy. 4 dice getting on 3s. Okay, so P1 kicks in, so that's a P1, you have 2 arm stones.
Failed to save either. And that will incapacitate him. Ouch, that was a hell of a turn for that Marine. My burner boy is going to change out his order to an engage order, and then he's going to run through the door to here, and then use his burner on the Marine in front of him. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s.
There's 2 crits because of Into the Dark, that has lethal 5+.
And because of Daka Daka Daka, I'm going to re-roll that miss, which makes it another hit.
Okay, 2 crits and a normal. Right, no.
Oh, no, sorry. Daka doesn't allow me to re-roll that, however I do retain a critical hit, which would let me turn that failed hit into a normal hit.
Gotcha, alright. That is not great. I will put him down to 5 wounds. And he's injured. Alright, he takes 8 wounds. Enraged at the audacity of the Xenos, the Assault Intercessor is going to charge the Flame Boy. Okay, it's 3 regular hits.
Two regular hits.
Okay, I am going to parry one of your hits.
I'm going to parry one of your hits.
Okay, so I strike you for 4.
Taking me from 10 to 6.
Third and final action, striking again. Well, not very good. 1 hit.
2 hits.
Parry one of those strikes.
And I will put the other one through for 3.
Okay, puts me down to 2 wounds.
The comms boy is going to realise that it's time to beat a hasty retreat, so he's changing out his conceal order for an engage order. He's going to move back through this door, closing it for free, using I've got the plan, lads. He's then going to shoot at the Marine on the other side. 6 attacks, hitting on 5s because he's injured. Because of Daka, I can turn that into a retained normal hit.
That is far better than I had any... So you managed to hit with what, all 6 dice?
Yes.
When hitting on 5s?
Yes. It also has mortal wounds too. So, he takes 4 mortal wounds from the criticals. Each of those does another 1 damage.
Okay, so I'm going to block 2 normals. So the criticals do 1 damage, you say?
That's true.
I'm just wondering if they get reduced to 0, or if it's like with my chapter tactics. Yeah, critical hits inflict 1 less damage on this operative.
Okay.
But
so
they did their 4 mortal wounds already.
Yeah, so you take another 2 damage.
Okay, so in total, that was 4 mortal wounds plus the 2 regular.
6 wounds.
Going next is going to be the Intercessor Gunner, who is going to move and dash down this corridor to be within circle of the Orc, and he's going to fire his crack grenade straight into the Preacher Boy's face. 3s. Okay, it's 3 crits. You block 1, and he takes 10 wounds.
Incapacitates him. Slasher Boy is gonna charge through the door and into that Marine there. I'm gonna re-roll that because of Relentless. Okay, so that is 4 normal attacks.
I don't think it makes any difference here, because I'm hitting on 4s, but you're striking first for how much damage?
4.
Yep, that takes out the Assault Intercessor. With 1 wound remaining, this Intercessor Warrior is going to try and avenge his fallen battle brother and fire his auto bolt rifle into the Slasher Boy here. Crit and a normal.
3 saves, 5 up. I block the crit.
Okay, he takes 4 wounds.
Bring him down to 6.
Firing again with Bolt of Discipline. Oh, not good. 1 normal hit.
Resaves. Oh, didn't make any of them.
takes another 4 wounds, putting him down to 2. Having injured the Orc for his final action, he is going to seal the hatchway.
My Ork Knob is just in charge range, so he is going to go around this corner up to the barricades and attack that Marine. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 3 normal attacks.
Alright, with his combat blade hitting on 3s. Oh, not good.
Alright, so I will put 1 through for 5.
I'll strike you for 3.
Puts me down to 10 wounds. I'll then do another 5.
And then I will do another 3.
That puts me to
7
wounds, and then I will finish you off with another 5.
Sword Brother's going to spend an action point to open the hatch and move through the hatch into the centre of the room.
The Grot is going to use its grappling hook to get over to the doorway. It's then going to do a dash action to the...
Okay, I might come to regret this move later. I'm thinking purely about victory points here. So my Grenadier is going to move, open the hatch, and dash to here. At the end of what turned out to be an absolutely brutal turning point, the Black Templars are down by a third of their force and only have 4 operatives remaining. But they've managed to score central control a second time and hold both an alpha and beta objective, which brings their total score to 5 victory points. The Orcs have taken a bit of a hammering and are now down 4 operatives, but sit on a beta objective, giving them their first victory point. Crucially, I've managed to gain the initiative this turn. My plan is to use the Grenadier to kill the Ork Knob and my Heroic Assault Intercessor from last turn to kill the Comms Boy and hold the Alpha objective. I don't think I'm going to be able to advance on the right flank, so my plan is to ensure the Orcs can't go beyond the room and into my drop zone. I'm spending 2 of my command points on strategic ploys, namely Tactical Doctrine, and in anticipation of upcoming injuries, and they shall know no fear.
Wow, what a brutal second turn. I'm not too sure how I'm going to score many more victory points, but I think I'm going to have to push up the middle of the board. I'm spending command points on Daka 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 and Wah for my strategic ploys.
Start of turning point 3, the Assault Grenadier is going to go first and he's going to throw a crack grenade into the back of the Ork Knob. That sucks, so I'm going to reroll one of these. And I am going to spend a command point reroll.
Never works.
It wasn't meant to be. 1 hit.
Okay. 4 up save. And he only just makes it.
So at this point, the Assault Grenadier has realised 2 things. The first one is that one of the neophytes on board of their crusading ship that they used to board the Space Hulk played a prank on him and swapped out his crack grenade for a firecracker. And the second thing he's realised is it's probably better to charge an Ork Knob with a power claw than be charged by one. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to charge him. Five attacks hitting on 3s. Not a single crit.
4 attacks hitting on 3s. So I have 2 critical hits.
Right, I'm going to slash you across the chest with my chainsword for 4 wounds.
That takes me down from 7
to 3.
I'll then do 6 7 wounds to you.
That puts me down to 8 wounds, because I'm -1 off critical damage. And then I will finish you off and plunge the chainsword through the orc's chest.
My comms boy is going to shoot the assault. Right. 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. I took Daka, so I can reroll these 3 misses. Okay.
That orc is a proper marksman. He should be the new sniper boy. Okay, so you've done 4 mortal wounds with those 2 crits, which puts me down to 2 wounds. So I blocked these, and you actually managed to take out the Assault Intercessor, who's now going to spend a command point to do Wrath of Vengeance. Okay, that's P1. So that's AP1.
It's gonna do the trick. Boom. Okay, we kill each other.
Okay, the Sword Brother is going to move and dash whilst opening this hatch to claim the Alpha objective here.
My Rocket Boy is going to move to here and take a shot at the Marine. Well, I'm glad I took Daka. So I retain a critical, so I can keep one of these as a normal.
AP1.
It is AP1. You're taking 5 wounds because it's got splash 1.
Ooh, yes. Which puts me down to 3. Brother Hodor is going to pass and hold the door.
My burner boy, realising there's no way he's getting through that door, is going to come backwards and move dash to here.
The Assault Grenadier is going to overwatch into the Rocket Boy. Not counting as injured because of the strategic ploy and they shall know no fear, he's still hitting on 4s because of Overwatch. So that's going to be a crit and a normal.
Okay, 3 saves, 5 up. Didn't make any of them.
That was technically P1, but it makes no difference. So that he takes 7 wounds.
7 wounds.
Putting him down to 3.
My Grot is going to use his grappling hook to get to here. He's then going to dash to there. Final activation, my Slasher Boy is going to pass.
Black Templars lost an additional operative during Turning Point 3, but were able to push forwards to the point that they now hold both of their Alpha objectives, bringing their total score to 9 victory points. The Orcs have lost another operative and gained another victory point from their Beta objective, bringing their total score to 2 victory points. Looks like the Black Templars, despite the casualties they have sustained, are in line to score a glorious victory for the Emperor this day, so I'm spending a command point on And They Shall Know No Fear to help them push past their injuries.
I'm spending a command point on Daka, but with the initiative in hand, my plan now is just to finish off the Grenadier and try and capture Objective 3. Let's see what happens. For the fun of it, my Rocket Boy has decided he's going to try and finish off the Grenadier. 5 attacks, hitting on 5s. I retained a critical, so Daka kicks in, but actually so does Boom Boy because he hasn't moved, so I can reroll all of the misses. And then Daka kicks in. So 1 crit, 3 normals, AP1, splash 1.
Okay, so I've blocked 2 normals.
5, it goes to 4, plus 1 for splash, so 5 points.
Overall, that puts him down to dead. Sword Brother's going to go on guard and then pass.
My Grot is going to be a right old sneaky Zogger, and he's going to use his grappling hook to reach there. He's then going to dash to claim that objective.
Okay, for my final activation, this very badly injured intercessor is going to heroically swing open the door. And he's going to fire away at the slasher boy. And they shall know no fear, hitting on 3s. Okay, we have 2 normals and a crit.
3 saves at 5 up. Ooh, I made 2 of them.
But he's only got 2 wounds remaining.
Yeah.
So Slash Boy's taken out.
You know what? I've got 1 remaining command points reroll, so I might just reroll that. And I made it!
Oh!
It worked! For once it worked!
I was going to then fire at the Burner Boy, but as the Slasher Boy is still stubbornly still alive, he's going to shoot again. Okay, same as last time. 2 normals and a crit.
Oh, and this time, Slasher Boy's down.
Just too much stacker.
He can respect that. For the final activation of this game, my Burner Boy is gonna see the opportunity to use his Burner, and then use his Burner on the Marine. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, lethal 5. I will use Daka to retain that as a normal. So that is 2 crits and 2 normals.
Now I'm going to retain a save. 2 still go through, toasting him. And so we've come to the end of another battle report. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. This was our first time filming an Into the Dark battle report, so let us know what you thought of it in the comments. We certainly learned a lot during filming, and we're already looking forward to the next one. When it comes to the final scores, the Black Templars earned a crushing victory for the Emperor as they purged the Ork menace from this sector of the Gallowdark, scoring 11 victory points to the Orks' 4. If you'd like to talk to us directly about all things Kill Team on our Discord server, or just want to help support the channel, come join us on Patreon, where as a thank you, members get access to several perks and benefits, such as having early access to videos such as these battle reports, as well as exclusive videos solely for our patrons. That's it for this video. As ever, thank you for your support, and a special thank you to our wonderful patrons who help make these battle reports a reality. Jester and I really do appreciate it. We'll see you all next time.